How do I insulate the floor of my house? In shipping containers? One of the simplest solutions would certainly be to make a concrete slab filled with pozzolana. For example, it's volcanic rock, which is a good insulator. Then, place the shipping containers on top and insulate the walls, making sure to stick closely to the concrete slab to avoid any thermal bridges. This solution doesn't interest me because a concrete slab is costly, uses a lot of unnecessary concrete, and isn't eco-friendly. The advantage of a container house is that you can use smaller foundations like concrete pads or helical piles. But anyway, this solution of insulating the containers from underneath is very complicated to implement. In reality, because that would mean that during delivery, you would have to ask them to wait for a couple of minutes, that you install your insulation and then the container is lowered onto the foundations, which isn't possible. It's just not possible. So either you have space under your containers to insulate later, or you need to have machines at home to lift the containers again, insulate, and put them back down. So for me, insulating the floor from the outside isn't really very appealing. As a self-builder, the most common and best solution is to insulate from the inside. We use iCube shipping containers. That means there's 2.70 meters of ceiling height, so you can very easily add insulation and still end up with a perfectly normal ceiling height. Inside the container, we'll start by leveling the floor, which means we're going to even out the floor of our containers. Then, to install 10 cement polyurethane panels, we cover these panels with 10 oriented strand boards. And finally, on top of that, we can put the covering of our choice, tiles, parquet, whatever you want.